can't sue us. We're big in this bitch. Is week 8 in this motherfucker. We got your boy Lou House in this motherfucking building right here. And it's spacious or whatever the fuck the word is. Spacious home? It's not spacious at all. But go ahead, guys. Introduce yourself.
Nor is it a home. What's going on, Adam? Coming back.
Pop already. Oh, go ahead. See, look, I'm already doing it to you, Nico.
And yeah, in your bodacious home. That's what he calls his house, bodacious or some shit. No. What's up, guys? Nico. Hanging women.
Fucking right. Fucking bitches without rubbers. That's what we doing out here.
No.
Damn, that's how they used to do it back in the day. Caveman was pull-out king because them niggas didn't have no kids.
Man, that's the first guy that ever
died. They didn't have a lot of kids. They didn't have like 10 and 12 litters of kids. Yeah, I'm just saying. But anyway, let's get right into it. We're going to start off with Thursday Night Full Up. Thursday Night Full Up. Pull up that goddamn game. I don't know which way it's pulling up today, but I'm going to point all the damn ways to that shit. Pull up right. The next game we got, Thursday Night Football. We got the Buccaneers headed all the way up to Buffalo, New York to face them gosh damn Bills. Who want to make a pick first? Because I already got my pick. I'm going.
Yeah, man, I think this is going to be one of those weeks where the Bills are going to have to prove themselves. Bad week coming off against I believe they played the Patriots last week. Terrible performance giving up that game. But this has got to be the bounce back week for the Bills. I'm taking the Bills on this one. I expect Stephon Diggs to get a lot of action.
Bounce back from what? Bounce back from what?
That loss last week against the Patriots.
That was more than a loss. That was a fucking coming out party for the Bills. That proved that offense or whoever the hell is calling those plays someone need to get fired. Fuck a coming back shit. Because that ain't
I'm predicting it's got to be a bounce back week for the Bills to stay competitive. So that's why I'm picking the Bills. Yeah, I'm just not a believer in Baker Mayfield. He's playing solid, but Baker's just one of those guys that can get you 250 and a touchdown in one pick. But I don't think it's enough to overcome the Bills. So, Bills score is going to be 24-14.
Damn. You is nuts. There are two quarterbacks so far this season that I can no longer put my trust into to win a game. Even when they prove that they can win a game, I can no longer put my trust in them to win the big game. So I bet you can guess who the fuck that quarterback is, and it's not Baker Mayfield. Fucking Josh Allen. Oh my goodness. If you watch this show, dude, cut off your fucking right hand or whatever the fuck hand you throw the ball with and like get fucking contacts put into your eyes so you can watch film better before you throw the fucking ball. Look at where you're throwing. Due to me as a fucking civilian having to tell a fucking $100 million quarterback that bullshit right now, I'm going with Baker Mayfield this game in the Bucks. That offense isn't prolific, but it is consistent. And at the end of the day, that's all Baker Mayfield needs is consistency. He's got receivers that are running routes hard. He's got running backs that are hitting the hole hard. He's got linemen willing to put their head on the line for him. I think Baker is going to come out with the win on this one. Now, when you talk about how is he going to win, I don't think it's going to be, quote-unquote, Baker out-passing Josh Allen. I think that it is going to be Baker out-gaming Josh Allen. And what I mean by that is calling the right plays at the right time. See, where a lot of people get Josh Allen fucked up at is that they give him way too much freedom on that offense. If he sees one inkling of him being able to make a star play, he's going to pick that star play over the right play any day of the week, even if that star play turns out to be a turnover. So just with that thought process right there, it's only going to get worse from this point in his career because no one's correcting him to do better. So what I'm guessing is that, yeah, they're going to be able to score, but they're not going to be able to score when it counts the most. So for my score, I'm going to go with the 27-30 game Bucks.
Yeah. I wanted to go a little creative here, but I got to go Buffalo. I don't know. I just think they're going to redeem themselves. I think Stephon Diggs is going to have a big game. I'm not a big believer at all in Tampa's backfield. I think they're garbage, honestly. I mean, Mike Evans, yeah. Right. Okay, then. But Baker Mayfield's, I'll admit he's shown some consistency this year, but I don't know. I'll take this game against the Patriots last week as a fluke because honestly, the Patriots are nauseating to watch to begin with.
But exactly. So if they're nauseating to watch, what do you think is the big glaring hole in the Bills' offense? Not Josh Allen throwing turnovers. Like he's been doing that shit since the beginning. But what is something that's missing that helped him recover when he made those mistakes?
I think it's a play call.
A run game. He has no run game.
He's got a good.
I think it's a play call. I think they lean too heavy on the pass when they don't need to.
They do.
Right, that's what I mean.
That's my personal belief on the Bills.
Right.
But second of all, don't ask that question standing against the wall like a sassy black woman, okay? Josh Allen's going to have a bounce back week. I think they get everything under order. They have to stay competitive because the Dolphins are going to start pulling away. So expect them to start down in that offense a little bit more. I mean, but look at the quarterbacks that are having a bad year. I mean, look at Joe Burrow. Look at what was the other boy? Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence having a decent year, but these guys are not performing as top 10 quarterbacks like what they really are. So this year's a lot of quarterback play has been kind of down, but I think Josh Allen's rebounds. He comes back. He's going to have a solid game, and they're going to pull out with the win.
It's going to be 24-17 Bills. 24-17. He's going to use all his weapons. 17. He's going to use Stephon Diggs, Davis. He's going to use both tight ends. I think if they're both ready to go, Knox and Kincaid. And James Cook is underrated. They just got to use him more. He's good in the passing game too, and he can run a little bit. He's 100-yard.
Right now, Josh Allen has got 1,800 yards passing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how many picks to touchdown ratio do you think he has?
Oh man, I would probably say 1 to 0.5. So for every touchdown for every 2 touchdowns he's thrown, he probably thrown a pick.
So
I don't. If you said 1,800 yards.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's got 1,800 yards, 1,841. How many touchdowns to picks do you think is 2 to 1? I'll just tell you right now. So he's throwing every 2 touchdowns.
He has like 13 and 5.
No, 15 and 7.
Close.
Yeah, I mean it's terrible when you're sitting in week 8 going into.
Right,
that's terrible. But I think that's a reflection on the play call, man.
But he's the one making the decision. Josh Allen. Like he's not.
No, I get what you're saying, but like you watch this offense for the past like 2-3 years, man. There has been a very distinct plan to get Josh Allen to try to win an MVP because they've stuck to just forcibly passing the ball just about almost every down. It seems this is why like their backs haven't been able to like flourish at all.
That's because they got to get a return on their investment. Of course, they're going to put him in a ploy to get the MVP because they need to get their money back for wasting all that shit on him to lose, pretty much.
Well, there's a reason why they don't have a good back, and they haven't had a good back in some time. They're leaning on people like in the past, like Devin Singletary, or now it's James Cook. You know what I mean? So like they don't have that back that can take over a game, can manage 25 to 30 carries and really carry a team. They're relying so heavily on this pass, and like you said, it's for a reason. But defenses figure that out. Defensive coordinators game plan around that. They know he's going to throw 40 times a game. Right. They're scheming for that. Right. And they're saying, if you're going to beat us with the run. So that's why they're able to create these turnovers, is because it's just strategic.
Right.
The Bills have to have a better running game in order to balance that out, in order for Josh Allen to have more of an open field to take advantage of.
But how can you when, again, have 50% of your run attempts are going to the fucking quarterback because they haven't even learned their lesson about not premeditating it in his hand to run in the first place. Like, at least the Ravens learned that lesson when you spend that much money on somebody. But it's like, since he's so big, it's like they think he's Superman. And it's like, you should have learned from the Cam Newton experience that big doesn't equal healthy. Actually, big means shit. It take longer to get healthy.
It wears on you.
Right. So it's like, again, I agree with what they're saying. I think it's a triangle thing. I think it's a coaching staff, owner, player type of situation here, where all three of those motherfuckers are delusional about what the hell is actually happening. And in my opinion, that's where the Stephon Diggs situation is coming in at. Is like, come on, fellas. Like, y'all don't see this situation here of like, everyone's putting their neck out here, but you're only rewarding a small group of people on the offense with what is going on and shit like that. So, again, that's why I just don't have confidence in them. I think they're going to be one of those teams that has like one of those 500 or lower records this year, and everyone is like fucking surprised. Like, wow.
So you got them finishing not in the top two of their division. They're going to finish in the bottom two.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's on recording now.
You have the Dolphins winning the division?
I don't know about that, but I think it's going to be between the Jets and the Bills for last place, definitely.
So you're going Jets, Bills, last place. So you have the Dolphins and who's the other one?
For
the other one?
That conference, the Bills.
Patriots, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Pats. So you have the Patriots finishing the top two. No, this dude's on crack. There's no way.
But that's how calm. That's how Copa's
2-5.
Huh?
Patriots just went 2-5.
I mean, they also have nothing on their team. So, I mean, and I think the Dolphins are just going to go crazy in that conference. Like, I feel like the Dolphins are only going to lose 4 or 5 games this year. And then everybody else in that conference is going to lose damn near 7, 8, probably 9 games at this point.
The Dolphins will run away with this division. The Bills will be competitive. They will try to be competitive. They'll try to reach a wild card spot. But this is why this game is so pivotal for them, because they have to win this one to stay competitive. If they don't, it's not looking good. They're not going to make a wild card spot if they continue to trend this way. But but dude, they're top 2 in the division. I mean, it's going to be Dolphins, then the Bills,
now
then the
they're
Jets,
top 2 in the division.
With the Patriots
but you're not taking into consideration, like you just said, these defensive coordinators. Take a rip. I'm fucked up already. These defensive coordinators are all seeing the same shit. So you're just going to see different iterations every week of how to mind fuck Josh Allen into throwing the other team the ball, because they know the only style of passing that he's good at is fucking deep throws off of crazy routes or quick fucking passes, quick slants, quick screen shit, and not even no like trick shit. Like just straight up quick slants, quick pass, like a fucking Cowboys offense. Their coach, whoever the fuck is calling those plays, is very archaic because they're not trying to sway the defense and unbalance it. They're like, okay, let the fucking defense walk up and we're going to read them the way it is, and then we're going to run our play and see where our play fits in with that. And it's like, dude, you're expecting these dudes to do way too much with all these people running 4-4s, 4-5s, and 4-6 on the field, where the way you're coaching football is more like for people who are running 4-9s, 5 flats, and 6 flats and shit like that. So it's like, again, it's a triangle thing in that organization where I don't have confidence that they're going to go that far this year. And specifically in games like this, I think this is where they're going to show that worth and lose the teams that they should definitely be blowing out. But okay, I digress. Everyone got their scores in. I got 30-27. Do you remember your scores? Anybody?
It's on the camera. Yep, we got it.
Okay. Next game, we got, pull it up on the screen. Which way is it coming? You don't even fucking know. I don't even fucking know. It's going to be the New York Green Machine Jets going right across the street to the Giants.
Is it across the street or is it the same stadium?
It's the same place. They're going to the same place, everybody. There's not two stadiums, and there is two stadiums.
What do they do, playing out back?
Right. There's a backyard football game in fucking Central Park. That's where the fuck they should have the game at. That would be dope as fuck. But we have the Jets going against the Giants. It is the Giants' home game this week. Man, if Daniel Jones stays hurt, you already know my pick because I'm going with the last iteration of Michael Vick in the NFL. But go ahead. Who want to make their pick first?
Yeah, this game, it's going to be a tough pick because Jets' defense is tough. Giants are just ass.
Very much so.
I mean, Jets kind of suck too, but man, the Giants are just, I hate the Giants. Like, I just hate everything about them. The only thing they got going for them is the fact that Saquon's finally back and healthy. They're going to lean on the run heavy because that's the only thing that they have on the offense. Just because Daniel Jones is just garbage. And you know how I feel about Daniel Jones. Just not a good quarterback for me. I'm taking the Jets on this one. Defense is going to come in pretty strong, shut a lot of stuff down. Let's go 17-10. Jets take it.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Jets real easily here. I think it's going to be a big Garrett Wilson game. I'm just going to take the...
I just stepped out to toot my damn horn. Did you just say I'm going to take the Jets easily in this one? Go ahead with this damn pick.
Very easily, yeah. Very, very easily. It's going to be Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall all day, 4 quarters, up the Giants' ass and around the corner in their own home. Like what it is, even though they both play there.
I need to take my rip before I give my damn answer.
Yeah, go ahead, because it's going to be...
Yeah, you need to call a psychiatrist, too, thinking the Bills are going to fucking finish last in the division.
2 touchdowns for Garrett Wilson.
What?
And
2 DDs.
2 tutties for Garrett Wilson, and it's going to be 28-10.
Damn.
You think the Jets' offense is going to get that busy, or their defense is going to help them out?
I think it's both. I think it's going to be two from Wilson, and then I think there's going to be some picks. And
okay,
I don't know if we'll get a sixer, maybe a sixer in there, but I like Breece Hall for a touchdown too. Breece Hall runs very well, and the Giants are. He'll sprint away from the Giants.
Yep.
You guys,
all those fantasy guys out there.
You guys must be on that.
All those fantasy guys out there. Nico's saying start them. Start those Jets guys.
Do not start those. I got love for the Jets. I don't know if you guys watch Hard Knocks this year, but Aaron Rodgers took that team to a whole nother level with a couple speeches. He's a better coach than like half the fucking coaches in the NFL as a player. But Aaron Rodgers is not a better coach than the player that is a player coach for the Giants. The player coach for the Giants is who I said he is. The last iteration of Michael Vick. You know how you have the different iterations of the original player? This was the last quarterback that started for Virginia Tech. That's around 6'1", scrambling quarterback, making moves, making plays like Michael Vick. He is the last iteration. The last one was Logan Thomas, but we know that nigga plays tight end now. Tyrod Taylor is that nigga. If you ain't seen it, there's a reason why he is a sought-after backup quarterback, because he is a proven fucking winner in this league. Now, as a starter, he's average.
He can't win with the Browns.
As a starter, he's average. With the Browns, everyone's fucking average or below average. Fuck, even look at Deshaun Watson right now, but we'll get to that in a second. Tyrod Taylor is a gamer, and due to him being a gamer and a coach at the same time, he's helping Brian Dable. I don't know if you guys seen that game last week that they played in, but that offense looked totally different with Tyrod Taylor out there than with Daniel Jones. Like, everyone looked so much more fluid in their routes. catching. He was putting the balls in the right places, no homo. He was making sure that everyone was getting to their spots. He was making sure that the plays were running efficiently. And again, Daniel Jones, when he's out there, it looks like fucking chaos at all times on their offense. So I think just that difference with Tyrod Taylor out there, this is going to be one of those good games, but it's going to be a low-scoring game because I do not trust Zach Wilson to do something 2 times good in a row without fucking up a whole bunch of times in between there. So I'm going to take this around maybe a 17-14 game. I think Tyrod is going to be able to get a quick score, and then it's going to be a field goal to end the game. Quick scores at the beginning of each half, and Zach Wilson is just going to be trying to play catch-up. And you're right, the other offensive people are going to help him on the Jets, but I don't think they're good enough to play catch-up and actually leap over somebody. So, yeah, 17-14 is what I'm feeling for that, and I'm going with the Giants.
Mr. Tyrod Taylor, lover boy,
Right.
You claim he's going to have a good game. What kind of numbers are we talking about?
A normal Tyrod Taylor game. Again, he don't need to have crazy fucking numbers. A good 190, 210-yard game throwing, maybe 50 yards rushing. That's a great night, 50 yards rushing. If you can just get 20 yards rushing, that's at least 2 easy first downs right there and a touchdown and a running touchdown. Like, that's doable for Tyrod Taylor even at 34.
Very Vic-esque of him.
Very much so. Very old Vic-esque because he sits in there.
Is it for sure that Tyrod's starting?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he is because they've been talking about him this whole week like he's going to be playing. Like it hasn't been, Daniel Jones has been at practice. They haven't mentioned Daniel Jones at all.
Their best shot of winning is to not showing up to the stadium on Sunday.
Ooh, the Jets?
Giants.
The only thing that I don't like about the Giants that I think can't be fixed is that they have some dumbass defensive players like that. That's got to be their defensive coach because these niggas jump off more offside penalties than I've ever seen. But like they do it worse than fucking the Cowboys at this point. And the Cowboys,
man, but that was the team that you were high on, man. And they didn't play anybody early in the year. Ooh. You got all that Hard Knocks hype, but you were high on the Jets early on.
Well, yeah, because they had Aaron Rodgers on their damn team, and Aaron Rodgers is a beast. The way he coached them and taught them shit in just that little 3-week span, and they like soaked it up and used it, dude, you can't beat that with a stick.
Training camp is different than a regular season, though, man.
No, but he's been battle tested enough to where his advice can work in the regular season.
He has, but has the rest of the offense has?
Hell no, and that's why they're going to have more ups and downs than a Six Flags roller coaster in this season. It's going to be
interesting to see when he comes back, if he comes back this year, what position they would be in, which I believe is going to be the bottom 2 of their division.
They're talking about it. They're talking about Richard Sherman said he's done. Richard Sherman had the same surgery, not the same surgery, he had the same injury as Aaron Rodgers. And he said that Aaron Rodgers shouldn't be doing the shit that he's doing right now because he's going to hyperextend the Achilles and make it to where he can't do the normal shit that he usually would be able to do. So, I mean, Richard Sherman's a pretty smart guy, went to Harvard, played a long time in the NFL. Like I said, he went through the injury and shit like that and then came back and won a Super Bowl and shit. So, I mean, sounds like he's a pretty smart fucking guy when it comes to that shit. So, yeah, I don't see him coming back anytime this year, and I don't think Zach Wilson is going to get his Jedi fucking mastership or whatever the fuck by the end of this year because he's better. But he ain't where he need to be like a game manager. Like, he ain't better than Dak Prescott. And if you ain't better than Dak Prescott, that's saying a lot. So everyone got their picks in for that one, or did I breeze over Nico again?
I got my pick in for sure.
I know, I'm fucking with you. All right. Where's it pulling up at? Pull that motherfucking game up. I don't even know. But we got Jacksonville headed to the motherfucking Steel City. We got Jacksonville headed to Pittsburgh. Man, that is an interesting fucking game. More interesting than a lot of people think. Who wants to go first?
So, like I said last week, man, Pittsburgh, their offense sucks, but that defense just keeps them in a lot of games. You see what they did with the Rams, being able to hold them down to what they held them down last week, too. The Steelers are going to continue to win games as long as that defense just continues to show up. Doesn't matter who they put out there on offense. This is why this game is a little bit tough to predict. I said, like I said last week as well, I said Jags are only going to go as far as what Trevor Lawrence can perform and take them to. As of right now, from what we're seeing, it's not that's not a team that's going to. It's a team that will be competitive to make a deep run, but is Trevor Lawrence going to be able to put him over the hump? And
this will be a good test against a good defense.
He has to rely on that running game. Jets are going to be good as long as that running game is going to be good. So just to get Trevor Lawrence open looks. So for that reason, I'm taking the Jaguars on this one. I think they're going to outscore and outperform that Steelers offense, but I think their defense will keep them in 24-21 Jags.
Damn. For real?
This one worries me a little bit. This one kind of feels like a little bit of a trap game, honestly.
What?
I think the Steelers might have a chance to come out on top.
That might ain't a trap game then.
No, kind of. After what I saw last week from the Jaguars, dude, but I like what I saw last week also from Pickens, and Najee Harris actually brought his fat ass into the end zone. Thank God. Yeah, guy had to penguin walk in that bitch. But honestly, I think the Pickens connection's looking pretty good. They got Deontay Johnson back, and that dude's going to create some space in the open field. He's going to catch some balls, and I think we're looking at give it 24-17. I like another 24-17 there.
Man, I do not see this fucking Steelers offense doing anything but making a couple highlight plays for the season, because the Jags defense is the shit. They didn't whoop teams' ass in a different country. They whooped two teams' ass in a different country. They so damn good and so damn stout. They're like one of those sneaky defenses where it's not any quote-unquote star players, but every player on that defense is so good they could be a star player anywhere else that they would go because they'd be highlighted definitely. So I think that this is going to be a Trevor Lawrence show, in my opinion. And I think this is going to be like a 28-10 game. I think the Steelers are going to get their ass kicked. I don't think that defense is going to be able to keep up with ETN and that offensive line.
Are you predicting a 3-touchdown game for Trevor Lawrence? What kind of a Trevor Lawrence game
I can't say that because their offensive is kind of like that Eagles offense with Wentz. And with that one, there was a lot of jet sweeps and shit like that to where like it really didn't count as him getting a touchdown, even though he's orchestrating it as the quarterback. But it really didn't count as touchdowns for him. So I always just say with the Jags, they're just going to put up a lot of points. They find ways to score, and not because of injuries, but just because that coach knows how to spread the ball around. He's been on a team where he's had to do it before, and he does it very, very well. He does it very, very well. So
I don't think you're giving the Steelers defense enough credit for what they've done this year.
I am,
man.
but
Defense
any defense is going to have a snap rate. Yeah, and what I mean by that is there's going to be a certain amount of plays in a certain amount of time that you're on the field to where your prowess just starts to decline. Like you're not at one point in time, you're not going to be out there laying the licks. At one point in time, you're going to have to start chasing people because again, your stamina isn't going to stay up, and I don't think their offense is going to stay on the field long enough to give the defense that break that they need. Even though they're a great defense, every defense has got to take at least a 5-10 minute break. And if you're fucking going back in and out every 5-10 minutes, shit, you're going to be tired.
Tell that to the Steelers, man. It's been 15 years and they still haven't snapped.
Man, well, we'll see. I'll say that. But I know for a fact that is how you break a defense, is keep their ass on the field. You keep their ass on the field. I ain't saying they're going to get plowed. I'm not saying they're going to get bullied. I'm just saying, at one point in time in the game, the Jags just gonna take off. Like, I think it's just gonna be one of those games where you're gonna think it's gonna be like a 10-17 game or some shit until like some point in the second quarter, third quarter, and then bada boom, bada bing, they're just gonna show that fucking that third wind and just take off on them. And then that's just going to show the difference in teams. The Steelers don't have that offense to give the defense a break. The Jags got a perfect balance of special teams, offense, and defense. So, yeah, that's going to be my score is 28-10. I think the Jags are going to take off on them, and their defense is going to show that they're just as good as any defense in the NFL. Okay? Next game. Man, where's it at? Pull that bitch up. This way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way. Yeah, look up. I don't know. Look down. Look in your goddamn soul. Anyway, we got the next game here. We got Philly heading to D.C. Oh, my goodness. It's an East Coast connection up in this motherfucker. I'm going to throw up my fake game sign.
This game sucks.
This is easy. This should be an easy pick.
It'll be a clean sweep around the board on this one. Eagles are taking this by a long shot.
I think the Eagles are pissed.
Pick the Commanders or something.
Right. Yeah, I don't even care if they play this in Egypt. Man, the Eagles are coming away with this one. Big games all around for AJ Brown.
Can we have
Jalen
if we're all picking the Eagles?
DeAndre Swift, everybody you can think of.
How many butt pushes are they gonna have in this game? Let's take a vote on that then.
How many what?
How many butt pushes are they gonna have, or whatever the fucking the rugby scrum? How many times are they gonna run that play?
Oh, you talking about the fourth and short?
Yeah. The Philly push. There we go.
I'm taking the over on 5 of those.
5? What? Okay.
Man, to be honest with you, it might be less than 5 because I don't even think they would be in a position.
Right, I was just about to say, damn, you just said they're going to blow them out. Right. They only use it one time. Now, they're going to be pissed off and run that shit every fucking drive. They're going to run it once a drive for no reason. Fucking all 10 yards is going to be the scrum.
Yeah, we might see the backups come in around the third quarter, to be honest with you. But I'm going to take the Eagles 34-10.
Damn. Washington's defense is really fucking good. So that would be the only thing that scares me is because when Jalen Hurts goes against a good D-line and a pretty good linebacking core, he doesn't do phenomenal. He does good. He just doesn't do phenomenal. So, again, Chase Young and them are playing with their hair on fire, especially last week. I don't know if you witnessed last week what they did, but they kept the Commanders in the game until the fucking offensive coordinator got a chance to call that bitch. And then it was done after that point. So, yeah, that defense is really scary. But no, you're right. Philly is going to come out on top. I just think it's going to be closer than what most people think. So I'm going to give Philly like a 24-13 or a 24-14 score Philly for that game.
Yeah. So this is going to be an abusive game. I don't even know how well everybody's going to do just because I think the Commanders are garbage. I think everyone's trying to just get traded from them. But basically, I think Swift's going to have a really big game. I think he might have 2 touchdowns, DeAndre Swift. But I also like AJ Brown in this game a lot. Give me 31-7.
Damn.
Easily 10 plus receptions by AJ in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see Sam Howell scoring more than 1 touchdown. That's why I said 13 or 14 because, yeah, 2 field goals. He can do that, 2 field goals, but the touchdown be some extraordinary shit. Mm-hmm. Definitely for that offense. Man, I'll bet you Ron Rivera wish he had Cam Newton for that bitch now. Too fucking bad. Well, fuck him. Guess we'll see him next week after that ass whooping they about to take. Next game, pull that bitch up, pull it out. You can't Wu-Tang better than me. You can't Wu-Tang better than me. You can't. Okay, the next game we got here is we have the Rams headed all the way to big old Dallas. No homo.
Yeah, man, Dallas is one of those teams where it's a fake 4-2 team.
Very
They
much
don't
so.
play anybody. They got a weak schedule, but when they do play somebody, they get smacked. It's just a fake 4-2 team, man. They're overhyped. Media covers them, obviously, because it's Dallas and, a large fan base, but all the Cowboy fans out there who think that this team can make a deep run for a Super Bowl are just delusional and need some medication. Rams are gonna get this. They're gonna get busy on these guys. Puka's gonna have a big game. Cooper will have a big game. Taking the Rams in this one, 28-10.
Whew. Damn, y'all predicting a lot of blowouts this week. Shit. Okay. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna say Dallas is bad. I just think like Mike McCarthy is just so archaic with his play calling. So like that's what helps teams stay in the game because Dan Quinn has got that defense playing pretty well. They're not great. They're not good. They're just playing pretty well. I don't think they're at their full potential as of right now. So I think that that's what this game is going to be. Their last game that they played against the Chargers, again, they played pretty well. It wasn't like one of those games where they blew them out, and that's kind of how all their games went, except for the game that they fucking blew out whatever team this year. I forget the name of it, but they lost against the Cardinals. So I always say, if a team shows you who they are, they're more than likely not going to change week from week. So I always predict the Dallas game to be close, no matter what. And I don't see that offense scoring more than fucking 3 times if Dak Prescott ain't already threw 4 picks at that point. So
They also got blown out by the Niners too.
Right. So I mean that again, I'd say the Rams are going to sneak. I think the Rams are actually a sneaky good team this year. No one's really got a spotlight on them, and their defense they're young and really really good. They're replacing a lot of those players that they traded away and retired and shit like that. But Sean McVay is still there, so he's a cook up legend when it comes to creating schemes and shit like that. And I think he's just going to create a scheme with that defense and with that offense that's just going to make Dallas see the light. So I'm not going to predict the blowout.
Just know that Dallas's defense at the beginning of the year, people were hyping it up. This was going to be a legendary defense. This was going to be the top defense in the NFL, competing against with the Jets.
But now they're saying that since they lost their Deion Sanders, they're not
every single week, that projection of that defense, it keeps going down, down, and down. Like they're not recovering, man. That defense is not as good as what people thought, and they're not as good in reality, period.
Right, and I don't think that those DBs are going to be able to keep up with these LA receivers. Like they got Cooper Kupp back, he's getting back into a stride. Nakua Pupu or Nukupu, whatever the fuck his name is, he's been in stride, so he's been ready. So you add that with the other pieces that they have, along with Stafford is in Stafford mode right now, to where like he's sneaky good. Like usually Matthew Stafford is kind of like how Josh Allen is right now, where he's really shaky in his offense, but that was because he had a shitty coach back then. Now that he's got Sean McVay, fucking not Lee, I was about to confuse him. Matt, I had to take the bong rip for fucking up. Matthew Stafford is at a point right now to where he's just gaming. Like if he's got the access to throw that bitch, he's gaming. So yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere with the not a blowout score, but like a damn, who would have thought that would have happened? I'm gonna go 28-17 on this score, and I'm gonna go with the Rams winning 28-17, going to Dallas and getting revenge for their boys.
I'm gonna go a little bit closer, just because I like what CeeDee Lamb's doing this year.
What is he doing?
One game.
Right.
You're morons.
Go ahead.
How?
Go ahead.
You can't go off of fantasy points to judge this guy's season so far. Dude is not. He's
Hey,
best.
Shut up.
Above average. I'm getting it out.
Shut the fuck up. You do this 20 times a podcast. Shut the fuck up. And you don't know what you said last year. You said that last year, fucking Lamb sucked. He was a number 6 receiver in the whole NFL.
Who said that?
Dumb as shit. You did. You said that when I talked to you about CeeDee Lamb fucking last week. You said he was a shit receiver all around.
I said he's not a number 1 receiver.
If you don't think CeeDee Lamb is a true wide receiver one, you're on methamphetamine.
For someone like him to be a true receiver one, I'm gonna blow the smoke in. I'm gonna blow the smoke in the screen for this one. For someone like him to be a true receiver one, he's got to play like Steve Smith Sr. And you want to know who he play like?
Oh my God!
Steve
you know why
Smith
you're
the
bringing
bitch.
up
That's who
Steve
the fuck
Smith
he
is
plays
because
like.
what Steve Smith said to fucking what's his name last. That's the only reason why you're bringing up Steve Smith.
I'm going by that because Steve
literally
Smith was the littlest receiver in the league when he was in the league as a starter. Dude led the league in receiving yards, catches, and touchdowns as a 5'7" fucking receiver. If CeeDee Lamb ain't pulling no shit off like that, that nigga is a slot receiver fucking ghosting as a damn number one right now. So you ain't, no, if he ain't doing that shit, that's the standard for receivers at that size and that rate. If you ain't meeting that standard, then you don't need to be at that number one. You need to be in the slot, or your ass need to be the best ass back in the NFL.
So what score you got there, Nico, for Dallas?
It's going to be 28-20
LA. He's going to show it to you. One good hit, he's out the game. Not like injured. The nigga is going to check out like Amari Cooper does.
You say that about everybody. It's like everybody's got the same, like, the way to die. Like,
no. There are certain people... There are certain people that can take the mentality of football, and there are certain people who just play football for paychecks. You can tell who the fuck play football for paychecks and who play football because they like fucking people up. Like that's a certain mentality. And I can tell you CeeDee Lamb with his colored dreadlocks and doing his dances with all his jewelry and shit like that, that's not someone who go out onto a field thinking about fucking someone up. That's someone who go out on the field and worry about his nails getting chipped and shit like that from catching the ball too much. Like, that ain't no shit that, again, a number one receiver need to be worried about at the age of, what is he, fucking 24? Come on, dude. Like,
what are you talking about?
I'm saying that he's a pussy pad. That people
You're not
bleed
even
on
talking
him.
About football. You're writing an article for GQ. What are you saying?
I'm writing an article for CeeDee Lamb to step this shit up. Because if he ever watches this, I'm telling the truth. You're a slot receiver in the NFL. And probably not even a good one. Because one good hit, like I said, you're checking out, homie. So
this is like your Rotten Tomatoes like article for CeeDee Lamb. It's so retarded. Like, what are you saying?
You know that you're not good when their contingency plan at receiver is literally a second version of you. Them niggas had to bring in an older fucking version of him at Brandon Cooks because they know that nigga isn't going to make it through a whole season because they know he's going to fake a fucking injury off of one good fucking hit, off of one bad game, or off of one bad part of the season. The nigga going to go in prima donna mode, and that's when Brandon Cooks is going to...
What exactly do you think Brandon Cooks has done this season?
Stepped in for CeeDee Lamb when he couldn't step up.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Why Brandon Cooks is the number one. He was the number one.
First of all, and
Brandon Cooks was the number one with Deshaun Watson. That's where he got his name from. Huh?
Whatever Steve Smith tidbit you brought up in the beginning is totally irrelevant. It was some 5'7" receiver. CeeDee Lamb is not 5'7".
I know. I'm talking about small receivers, compact receivers, which
he's
he is.
6'2". Do you know how many receivers are 6'2" and above?
Like my point. And you want to know how many receivers are like CeeDee Lamb? More than half. My point.
No.
Man.
That's retarded.
Where was he at on the NFL top 100 list? That shit is voted by the actual players. What was that nigga's number? Can someone look it up for me?
What are you talking about?
Because this is what his teammates voted on this shit. So that's 52 fucking votes. That's fucking what? A portion of the NFL. That sways some fucking votes. Literally, your whole team should vote for you. I promise you. I bet you.
32nd of the NFL.
I'm gonna look this shit up. You're gonna make me fuck my list up because I'm gonna look this shit up. What was CeeDee Lamb's ranking in the NFL?
Okay. Okay, I want to know
What was
what we're
CeeDee
talking
Lamb's
about.
ranking in the top 100?
Man, is CeeDee Lamb?
That nigga was number 90 on the list. Get the fuck out of here. He's a number 1 receiver. Kill yourself, CeeDee Lamb.
He's 5 spots away from being with everybody else.
Right, like I said, nigga, he ain't nobody. And that's what his peers said. That ain't fucking what some fucking nigga who sit at a desk like me said. That's what his peers said. Is that they will pick a bunch of other motherfuckers at his position before him to play his position. I don't even list off. I bet you $5 Odell Beckham made it on the list higher than him, and that nigga didn't even play last year. I ain't even gonna look that shit up.
Now you need to shut
I ain't gonna even look that shit up, but I bet you if somebody looked that shit up, that's a true fucking stat right there. Because that's how lame that fucking offense is, and that's how lame CeeDee Lamb is. Like I said, he's a fucking slot receiver at best. If I was playing mad with him, he'd be a good trading piece. What they need to do is trade that nigga for Cortland Sutherland or whoever the fuck play for the Broncos. That's who they need to trade that nigga for. They need a Michael Irvin. Fuck 6'2". You need 6'4", 6'5" for Dak Prescott. He needs the biggest catch radius in the NFL.
All right, new game. Literally. That's so dumb.
All right, so you got him 28-20. All
right, next game. We got a good divisional game. This is an old school game. Pull that bitch up. We got the Vikes heading all the way to that pack. I ain't Aaron Rodgers because I'm still on that pump, nigga. Still got 12 on my motherfucking pump, nigga. Came home from jail. They was trying to send me back. I ain't gonna even say the rest. But, man, this is a good divisional old school game. But I think I'm going to take experience on this one. I think Kirk Cousins is going to have a little hate in his heart. He's going to have that you like that moment number 2 this week. And bada boom, bada bing, here we go. He's coming in hot and coming in strong. He's going to kick that ass. He's going to beat Green Bay. And it's going to be a good ass whooping because that defense is going to be on fire. So I'm going 28. Well, I'll go 28-14 on this one.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on that one, man. I think the Vikings are going to take this one. I'm happy Jordan Addison showed up for me on my fantasy team. I was down by like 29 points. He shows up with 2 touchdowns, 130 yards on 8 catches. Got me the fucking win by like 3-4 points for that. Smashing.
Can't talk about fantasy points on here though, Adam.
I don't care. I'm telling you,
I'm weirdo doing voodoo shit in the background.
I'm hitting the likes on fucking on the Vikings. Give me the Vikings. I'm gonna go. Give me 24-17 Vikings. I'm gonna keep it close because it's a divisional matchup.
What did you just say?
24-17, keeping it close, Vikings, because it's a divisional matchup.
Okay, well, then I'll go 28-17.
You going with the Vikes too?
Mm-hmm.
You got the niggas gonna lose this week just because all 3 of us picked them motherfuckers. Watch.
We all chose the Eagles.
This is the ass game of the week right here. This is definitely getting the ass. I don't even know if I can download the ass and upload. I'm gonna try. Ass of the week. Ass. I'm gonna get that sample right there. Ass. This is the ass game of the week. We got the Falcons headed to Tennessee. We got the Falcons playing the Titans. Man, I would say the Falcons should win this game, but I think Ryan Tannehill can pull one out of his ass right here because a lot of people have been doing it to the Falcons. So I'm going to take the Titans winning this one due to Derrick Henry. I'm going to take, if Ryan Tannehill plays, I think he's playing. If he plays, I'm going to take that because King Henry's going to come out on the Falcons and their defense is not ready for that shit, nor is their coach. So I think it's going to be one of those low-scoring, close games, but I think it's going to be 17-10 or 17-13, somewhere around there.
Man, you surprise me every single week with your fucking ridiculous picks.
How?
There's no way the Titans are winning this, man. No way. I don't even care if Riddler's fucking playing or whoever they strut out there for the Vikings. Titans, man, they're trading everybody, man. They're getting rid of everybody.
Right, so they're going to showcase
They're building
it.
for next year. They're building for next year. They're done. Falcons are coming away with this. Give me the Falcons. I'm going to go 26. I'm going to go 26-14.
You need to take a drink on that shit.
Jesus is
Gonna
blood.
be, I don't want to talk about the Falcons again because I'll fucking lose my mind for real. So it's going to be 14-10 Falcons.
When I say that,
Dijon.
Man, is it Dijon mustard?
No, I don't know. It's not even Dijon. I honestly, I just think Arthur Smith is next. Arthur Smith and Bill Belichick should just fuck each other and and
Get the cartoonist out there and make it happen.
Maybe that's how they're so similar in their play calls.
Maybe Bill Belichick can teach Arthur Smith a thing or two, but both of them can get the fuck out of the NFL.
Man, I 100% agree with that, and it just looks like the Falcons' offense. That's why I pick them to lose. It takes them too long for the offense to get going. So with a coach like Vrabel, he jump at the neck and shit like that. Like if you show him any weakness, Vrabel pounce on that shit. Vrabel is just not good on being the person to make people weak. But if you show him the weakness, he will pounce on it, and he's got the running back to do it. And that's usually how they win games is possession and good defense. And that's something the Falcons can do. The Falcons are
that
like
running back that you're talking about is going to get traded.
Yeah, I bet.
Deadline.
So they're gonna get as much out of his black ass before he walk out the door. They ain't shit. He might run the ball 60 times this game. Shit, you think they about to let him walk out and he gonna get paid money? Yeah, right. Shit must be gold. Yeah, right. Ain't happening. So, okay. Yep, the Falcons are gonna win this one because, no, wait, Nico picked the Falcons. Never mind. I'm the only one who picked the Titans. Fuck you guys. They gonna win. Did you say your score, Nico?
14-10.
I know, I'm fucking with him because he gets annoyed by it because he thinks I'm ignoring him. Anyway. The next game, Nico's going to like this one. We got the Massachusetts boys going down to the MIA. We got the Pats going against the Dolphins in this one. Man, you would say this should be an easy pick, but Bill Belichick might be feeling himself. He done broke a record. He cracked a smile in an interview and shit like that. He feeling a little loose. He in Miami. He might wear shorts and a t-shirt with no beater on out in that bitch. Watch. He might get real freaky out there in Miami.
Bill's only smiling because the tanking plan is working. These guys are going in Miami are going to get railed. I mean, they struggled in Miami. They've always struggled in Miami, and they're going to continue to struggle in Miami. Dolphins are going to run up the score. It's going to be a blowout, 42-14.
I don't think it'll be a blowout because I think he knows the secret juice to making Tua tick, which is putting a helmet in his chest. So I think that's what he's going to direct his defense to do, is put a helmet into his chest. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to do it enough to influence the game into a win, but I'm saying he's going to do it enough to where they ain't going to put up more than 35 points. So I'm going to go with somewhere around 24-10 or 24-13, somewhere around there for that game, and I'm going to go with the Dolphins winning that one.
I fucking hate this matchup, honestly, because
it's an L.
Well, not only that, it's let's see, where's it at?
It's in Miami.
It's in Miami?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is just going to be another embarrassing display of fat Belichick in a cut-off sleeveless hoodie in Miami and making Mac Jones and his noodle arm look like a fucking the most consistent thing in the NFL, and pretty much ruin this franchise for another season. So I just kind of hope they lose, Honestly, I really hope the Patriots just fucking lose by like
You don't have to hope.
3
Right.
touchdowns.
Obama don't
No, I
need
have
this
to
one.
hope. I hope they get 21. Honestly,
Speaking of which, now that we're on this topic, because Lewis is sitting here, he thinks the Patriots are going to finish top
28-7.
28-7.
28-7 Miami. 28-7.
Well, Lewis, I want to hear your explanation on this. You somehow think the Patriots are going to finish top 2 in a division.
Because
What
the
have
division
you
is going to
seen
suck.
from the Patriots that leads you to believe that they're going to be second in a division over the Bills?
They're going to beat the Bills again the next time they see them, so that's already 2 wins above the Bills. The fucking Bills are going to lose more games than they win this year, and the Patriots are going to do the same. So that automatically
But what
is
have
going
you
to...
seen from the Patriots? You're
I
telling me
just
the Bills
told
are
you,
going
the
to lose, of
Patriots are
course.
going
They're
to
going to
beat the
finish
Bills
over the
twice.
Bills.
The Patriots are going to beat the Bills twice, which means no matter what, they're going to be above them in the division, no matter what. So that's all the fuck that they got to do is beat the Bills again. And guess what? The Bills going to show their ass, and the same shit going to happen to the Patriots and the Bills. Everyone outside the division, plus Miami, they're going to lose to. And the Bills losing the most next to the Jets. But the Jets, I think they can pull a 3rd place or a 2nd place off. Really. I think man, you're going to be surprised. Watch. They're going to be like,
So
what the hell happened with
the Jets are going to battle the Patriots for the 2nd place in the division?
Yep, I think the Bills are going to show their ass. I don't think it's going to be a good season. I think it did it from training camp where the nigga was fucking on NFL Network with his fucking Tom Hanks beard on Castaway, acting like the fucking best receiver he ever played with didn't just storm out of practice 24 hours ago and shit. And he over there talking about him as if he know him and was talking to him a couple minutes ago and shit. So again, from that fakery till right now, nah, that automatically show y'all niggas lying about some shit. Plus, they got that body double DeMar Hamlin out there, so they automatically curse to do bad. So, yeah, I said it. He's a body double. That nigga was light skinned at first. He's dark chocolate now.
Definitely the tattoos don't match up. Just saying.
We said it here first when the NFL drops it. He had a twin brother all along. When the fuck did that happen?
No, they cloned him.
Right? They gonna pull out all the baby pictures and shit. Look at Mama and Damar and Dekar. Why we got the names mixed up. They parent trapped us. Hilarious. They pulled a parent trap. Nah, fuck, it wasn't a parent trap. Forget the other movie that they got.
They laced that. They laced his kush with some fucking fentanyl or something. This dude's spouting off shit that just doesn't make sense.
Hilarious.
All right, next game.
Next game we got the Saints, New Orleans, going all the way to Indianapolis to play the Colts.
Yeah, this to me is this is a Colts game.
This is a
Colts
trap
play the
game.
Browns
This
very
is
well
a trap
last
game,
week.
Nico.
I don't think this is a trap game. I think the Colts are going to take this one. They played very well. Gardner Minshew had a really solid game against a elite defense, a championship level defense. Running backs played really well against the defense as well, against the top ranked defense in the NFL. Zach Moss, I fully expect Jonathan Taylor to get more touches as it goes. So they're going to have a really strong running game that they can lean on. It's going to open the field up a lot more for Garner to, pick defenses apart. Saints don't have an elite defense, so this to me is a Colts game. So let's go 24-16 Colts.
I'm going to actually take 24-20 New Orleans. I think Kamara's going to pick up again a lot because I think they're going to discipline Olave. Just decoy his ass the whole fucking game. Maybe they might include what's his name, Rashid
22.
Shaheed in the offense a little bit more.
They try.
Yeah.
Okay, is
I
there a
give you that,
fucking
man.
river
They
next to me?
utilized
Is
Kamara
there
last week
fucking a
well, how
street
they're
going?
supposed to.
How fast is the car going? Because I'm jumping off this damn bandwagon. I'm off of the fucking Saints, man. I'm done with this shit. That coach don't know what the fuck he's doing with all those chess pieces he's got. Man, when I say he don't know what he is doing, he does not know what he is doing, man. Like, when you have all of those receivers and a Camaro on the field, you need to be leading the league in yards, and it's not happening right now. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Colts winning this one, but I don't see Gardner scoring a lot, but I do seeing it be a close game because Derek Carr always makes it a close game because he's a gamer. But I'll take the Colts 2017 on this one.
Jonathan Taylor's going to have a big game.
You got to give it to him, man. They utilized Kamara correctly last game. They gave him like 10 receptions. He ate. It was the old Kamara that showed up. It wasn't the last year Kamara.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's not none of the players. The players are playing. Michael Thomas, all of them are playing.
Well,
it's
what
the
I'm
coach
saying is it was the right play calling finally that gave Kamara the opportunities. But it's like, man, they got Chris Olave. That's great and everything, but like Michael Thomas is just not the same Michael Thomas.
No, because they ain't giving him the chances with the plays. But if you look at it, if you seen like even like the last play decision, like, dude, why would you just? This pretty much they just told him to throw that route. He's pretty much the coach was like either he's gonna get pass interference or he's gonna break away and get a touchdown. And it's like, nigga, that's not Michael Thomas enough to be able to do that.
So is
and
it the coach or is it Derek Carr?
It's the coach. Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. It's not the players, like I said. It's the coach that sucks. The coach sucks.
But when Josh Allen's throwing the ball, it's Josh Allen.
Well, because Josh Allen is the one making
not eating.
Josh Allen is the one making turnovers and shit. Derek Carr ain't turning the ball over like Josh Allen. That's the difference.
But he's not feeding these receivers either.
Well, that's because, again, what can you do when just a shitty play is called? Josh Allen be having good plays called. He just be making bonehead decisions on the play, trying to go for the star play instead of the right play.
Just call it what it is, man. Derek Carr is not what you think he is.
He's not right now, and that's because the coach is not coaching him right. If he could do good with John Gruden fucking still calling spider-wide banana in the fucking in the NFL.
But you can make the same argument with Josh Allen. Coaching could be why he's not seeing as much success this year as he has in previous seasons.
It's the same coaches. It's the same coaches.
Say again?
It's the same coaches for Josh Allen.
But it's the play calling, though.
They're not going to change their style of play calling season to season. That shit is, I mean, they're going to change like the timing and the actual plays, but the way they play football is like ingrained in their, huh?
They're not going to run the same exact stuff as they did the year before and the year before because it's predictable.
No, not the same exact plays, but the style isn't going to change because that's how they learn how to play football. So that shit isn't going to change. Like, you're asking to change someone's DNA in football, and that's not going to happen with those coaches. So they're going to.
You want to see Michael Thomas have a rejuvenation from the past couple seasons? Pair him up with a better quarterback.
Possibly.
It's the same shit that Julio's going through, man. It's not like Julio got worse. Like, as soon as he left the Falcons, he just doesn't get the opportunities because he's just playing with shit quarterbacks.
Right. Well, I guess we'll see for that one. That's going to be an interesting game, but I think the Colts can do it. I think they're going to be a surprise team this year. I think they're going to be making a lot of teams sweat to get into that wild card, that extra wild card spot. So that's why I got more confidence than the Saints right now. But like you said, maybe the coach continues calling better plays and that score flips. The 2017 will go with the Saints and not with the Colts. For Shizzle. Next game, last game of this segment at least. And I think we saved the best for last. This is going to be the rookie matchup of the week. We got the Texans going all the way to Carolina. Not all the way. It's in like a couple states. We got the Texans going to Carolina. And it's going to be a rookie quarterback matchup. We got the number 1 overall pick versus the 4th overall pick or some shit like that, right? Top 5 picks against each other or some shit like that.
Right.
So, yeah, that's going to be very interesting. And both of them are not having bad seasons. Bryce Young is getting it tough, But that's more because his offensive line can't be really cohesive because they're getting hurt and switching and trying new shit a lot. And CJ is just striding. Each game he's getting better and better. So
Yep.
I'm going with CJ on this one, and I
CJ's the
think
real
he's
deal.
gonna show his ass on this one. I think it's gonna be like a 24-13 game, or even worse, fucking 24-10 because Bryce may not only be able to score one time. So yeah, I'll go
Yeah,
24-10.
CJ's the real deal. I'm taking CJ Stroud. Texans are going to win this. Give me them 21-9. Yeah, I mean the Panthers they haven't shown me anything. Not a Bryce Young fan. I mean, I'm just gonna call it what it is.
He
CJ
just doesn't
though,
have the
CJ
right sauce around him like he did at Alabama.
as as a rookie quarterback coming into the season and what he had, nobody expects CJ Stroud to do this well this early on in his
He's
career.
rookie. Would you say that he's rookie of the year right now?
Man, I don't know how else. I can't think of anybody right now who else would take that from him. So as of right now, as we stand in week 8,
How many times do you get that? How many times do you get a first overall draft pick being a rookie of the year that year? Well, obviously that year, but how many times do you have that? Not very much in the NFL. So I think they might have.
Well, he wasn't number 1 overall. That was Bryce, but
oh yeah, but
top 5 though. I mean, he's
That's
going to
what I mean.
outcompete the number 1 pick.
Right.
He's been outcompeting the number 1 pick, and as of right now, if the season were to end, I'd give it to him. I'd give him rookie of the year.
Right. So I mean, it's gonna be head and shoulders. What you think, Bavakwa?
Honestly, I think it's gonna be a blowout for Houston. I love CJ Stroud. I think what's his name? Bryce. I think he's an absolute bust. He might I think he might be the bust of the NFL right now. But no, Stroud's got weapons around him. He's got consistency.
Mm-hmm.
But let's give it 24-10.
Yeah, it's not going to be a very even game. I think both teams are going to see that they got the right drafting people or not in this game, and it's going to really show. Texans are going to go out there and show their ass. Well, I think that's enough. I think we're going to come back for these afternoon games, and we're going to talk about who's going to win those, all right? Everybody go get a snack. Go press that subscribe button. Make sure you go to our on-air page and fan us. Make sure that you donate to whatever cause that you don't believe in. Make sure that you get something that you want tonight. I don't know. Go get that shit right now because we're coming back strong next segment.
Like fantasy focus on ESPN.
We're coming in strong. The game that we got here right now, we got the Browns heading all the way to Seattle. Man, that automatically sounds like an L for the Browns. But I'm going to let the official Browns spokesperson over here fucking speak for them.
Man. Browns defense is just, I told you, man, they're real. They continue to show up. You know Myles Garrett. You know that secondary is just a bunch of dogs back there. Before I make my pick, though, Deshaun Watson, he has to fucking step up, period, man. You're getting paid all that fucking money.
He's injured.
It's a year and a half. It's been a year and a half now, man.
Right, he's injured. You don't think he can get hurt easy from being not being contacted for a whole 24 months? You don't think that makes him more fragile?
He missed 2 weeks until he felt 100%. That's what he said. It wasn't the coach pushing him. It wasn't whatever. It was not until my shoulder feels 100%. Up until the injury, he was fucking ass. Throwing balls in the dirt behind receivers just not even catchable shit. Picks.
No, he wasn't bad. It was just he wasn't Deshaun Watson.
Like, no more excuses, man. And there's no more excuses. You're gonna have to fucking perform. You got the weapons. You got the offensive line. You got running backs. Even though the best running back in the NFL got hurt, it doesn't matter. They bring guys in to make up for all that stuff. You got the best defense in the NFL that's struggling to win games, even though that they're dominating because the offense can't move the ball. Deshaun Watson has to step up, period. Like it's
somebody called him
there is no more timing issues, man. You had all of preseason, you had all of last year to do that because last year they weren't expected to do anything, so they plugged him in. He had plenty of opportunities to get the timing down. He still can't get it down. Everything is off. The way he's throwing the football is off. His accuracy is completely off. I'm not saying he can't turn it around. I'm saying that he has to do something now because the Browns are ready to win now. So for my pick, anyways, I'm gonna go with the Browns. I'm still rolling with the Browns. Still rolling with the defense. Defense is just elite. And, you know, in this league, defense will win you championships.
Dude, after seeing what Myles Garrett did last week, jumping over that line like the Madden sheet,
dude. It's not even close, man. The dude's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. He's
off of that play alone.
He's playing on an Aaron Donald type of level right now. He took that leap this past week.
Mm-hmm.
He
literally,
like you said, like figuratively and literally, he took that step, man. He took that leap. He's going to be Defensive Player of the Year. The dude's on a fucking freight train, path straight to the Defensive Player of the Year. Give me the Browns. I'm taking them in a 24-21 win over the Seahawks. I think it'll be close.
Ooh.
If Deshaun plays, I think Deshaun is going to show his ass. I think Deshaun is going to show that he can really sling that ball. And this is going to be a good defense to do it again. This is one of those defenses where they're really stout and really quiet and no one really knows about it. But you can also run them off the field too. So I feel like the Browns got the receivers, they got the offensive linemen, they got the right running backs to be able to run the Seahawks off the field if Deshaun Watson play. If Deshaun plays, I'm going 34-13. If PJ Walker play, I'm going around 14-10.
But what you just said right there, they got the running backs, they got the receivers, they got the line, they got the defense. So what's the missing equation out of that? What's holding them back?
Because, dude, that's his first full game in 2 years, like for real game, like with pressure on it.
He played like 6 games last year.
But it was different, though.
He played 3 games this year, fully.
It's different. It's different for him. It's different. I know that you don't want to hear that as a fan.
Healthy.
Huh?
A full offseason healthy. And I like Deshaun Watson. I wanted to
trade. But the coach didn't keep him out. The coach didn't keep him out because of his shoulder. The coach kept him out the last game because he banged his head on the ground.
He kept himself out. Deshaun kept himself out.
No, they said the coach kept him out.
Absolutely not, dude.
They said the coach kept him out because of the concussion protocol.
Wanted him to play. Stefanski wanted him to play 2 weeks ago. Deshaun said, I'm not playing if the shoulder doesn't feel 100%. Stefanski said, okay, I agree. We need you 100%.
Comment in the comment section right now. Fans, now he's the Browns fan. How do I know this before he knows this? You know that Stefanski's kept him out of the game because of the concussion or the snap. He wasn't even concussed.
Against the Colts.
Yes, for the game against the Colts.
Before the Colts, it was a game time decision. When Deshaun Watson said, yeah, the shoulder's 100%.
Right.
They played him.
Right.
They played him.
Right.
That was his decision to play.
Right. And then he went out there and got pushed and his head snapped back and the coach decided to keep him out of the game because his head snapped back. And so his coach sat him out
before that play. He looked bad
he was getting used to the defense. He didn't even run fucking 20 plays. He didn't even run 15 plays yet.
A full quarter looking bad. He was throwing balls in the dirt 3 yards behind receivers. He threw a pick that wasn't anywhere close.
I think you're expecting too much out of him right now, and I think he's gonna light it up. I think if he plays, he's gonna light it up. I just think it surprised him last week. That hit where he snapped his head back, that surprised him, and it surprised the coach. And then I think that's why he was slinging his arm, because when he did the snapback, it may not have hurt his head, but I think it may have caused like a stinger in that motion, just because, again, when he flailed back, it was kind of like everything went up and went back. So it's like, look, that's how he looked on the screen when his ass fell back. But yeah, again, I know that you want more out of him right now, but I think he'll give it to you when you want it the most. and I think is going to start this game. I think if he plays this game, I think, like I said, it was just a surprise last week. The head snapped back. It happens. Fuck it. Let's move on to the next game. Rock out. And he going to have a game like he was when he rocked out. That 2 touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown, rocking out like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So I believe in my boy. I think he got it still. You just got to let him do it. He wasn't every game for the Texans, but we know that he good when he played for the Texans.
Man, when he was playing with the Texans, he was putting up 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was
But he wasn't doing it every game, though, Adam. He wasn't doing it every game. He was doing it against, first off, shitty defenses that it should be done against. And then he was doing it against mediocre defenses, which is why he wasn't able to really make it into the playoffs at all times.
But he hasn't done it one game since he's been with the Browns.
Yeah, he did. He had the one game where he scored 3 times. He had the 2 passing and 1 rushing.
He had one game where he had 200 and something yards passing, right? 220. He had the 1 touch. I think it was like 1 touchdown throw and 1 touchdown rushing. Like a 2 touchdown game with no picks.
Mm-hmm.
That was his best game. That best game for that he had with the Browns, nowhere near the caliber of season that he had.
But look how many games he played with the Texans, though, man. Look how many games he played with the Texans for you to be able to say that. And then he hasn't even played 20 games yet with the Browns. I'm just saying, let him get his head on straight. He just got his head on straight.
He had less with the Texans. You have everything.
But his head, everything was good with the Texans. You talking about him coming into a situation, him being a whatever overall draft pick, getting paid all that money, coming into a city that love him. He got receivers, like he had everything they needed except for a defense. So I mean, and then he come in.
They did not have an offensive line in Texans. You know that. You know that shit, bro.
It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the best, but it was good enough for him to cook. It was good enough for him to cook, and it didn't start off pretty. It didn't start off pretty with the Texans. It didn't start off pretty.
The rosters on paper, the 2023 Cleveland Browns versus
but it didn't start off pretty, Adam. It didn't start off pretty. I just think that you are being a fan right now, and you really wanted to
take.
I think that they'll do good. I think they'll at least make the wild card this year.
That's unacceptable.
10-7. That's not bad. 10-7 is good. I think he can make the wild card with 10-7.
Yeah, no, that's unacceptable.
Oh,
Seahawks are winning this.
Ah!
Yeah, Seahawks are winning this. Kenneth Walker's a hot hand right now in the NFL. I like what he's doing. You know what? I'm a Geno fan this week. Not all season long, but this week.
Man, Geno.
Give me Geno.
You think they're going to dice up the defense?
Fuck no.
I think there's a good chance. Either that or it's going to be a field goal decider.
It'll be that. No, I already said it's going to be a blowout, so no, I can't say it'll be that. But for your pick, yeah, it should be that.
Who'd you pick, Lewis?
Huh?
Who'd you pick? You picked the Browns?
Yeah, I picked the Browns. I said if Deshaun plays, it's going to be 35-13 because I don't see them scoring on that defense that much because Geno's not that fucking good. And it's just DJ Metcalf and the running back, so that's not hard for them to stop and shut down 2 people if they're as elite as what they say they are and have shown.
Well, if you go back and look at the film, the only time teams really score on the Browns, other than the past week where Zach Moss broke off that 70-yard touchdown, it's been off of fucking stupid turnovers that puts teams in the red zone.
Right.
And it's hard to defend when you're in the red zone.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm telling you, man, the defense is on a historic pace.
Deshaun is not going to do that shit this week, man. I think, again, he's just making business decisions, dude. When you spend $250 million on somebody, you just don't go do willy-nilly shit with them. Like, I mean, yeah. But, other people have spent almost the same amount of money on quarterbacks and are doing excellent. Next game. Pull it up. Where the fuck? Oh, shit. I almost fell on the damn. Look, that would have been a YouTube moment. The next game we got the Bengals going all the way to San Fran going against those 49ers.
Man, who would have thought the Bengals would have been last in the division coming into the season? man, Burrow just hasn't looked good at all. He's had a flash game where he gave Jamar 150 yards worth of work, a couple touchdowns. But man, that Niners defense is real too. So I'm taking the Niners in this one. Give me Niners 26-17.
I feel like people have found out what makes Brock Purdy tick at this point. And I was kind of talking about this last night with my dudes, and they didn't really agree with me. I don't know if they really agree with me. But what I said that the Vikings figured out is that the way that Kyle Shanahan calls plays for Brock Purdy to ultimately give him a handicap while he's on the field is he always makes sure Brock Purdy is out of the tackle box. Whether it be the drop back is out of the tackle box, or whether it be the scramble or the rollout or the play action is out of the tackle box, he makes sure he's out of that tackle box. So if that first and contingency read isn't there, he can legally throw it out of bounds at that point. And what happens is that the defensive coordinator for the Vikings found out if we keep him in that tackle box, what he has to do, since he doesn't have that legal move to throw it out of bounds, is he's actually got to scan the field probably more than once if you're playing good enough coverage. So if you send a good enough blitz at him and make him think, then the coach has to keep him in the pocket and make him make throws in the pocket. And for a quarterback like that, the only move that you have there is to throw screen plays. Now for the 49ers, that can work. All you have to do at that point is man up and, again, contain and not let him get out of that pocket. And again, you have success with that. So when it comes to the Bengals, their D-line is great. I'll just say that for the lead. Their defense ain't nothing to fuck with. I'll say that. So I think their defense is definitely capable of keeping Purdy in that tackle box, making him actually play QB, and I don't think he's going to have as much success as what people are thinking. So I'm thinking the Bengals are going to come and do this one really well in San Fran and make send old dude jacking in San Diego. It's going to be a 28-14 game, Bengals.
It's going to be a Bengals win. I like my boy Burrow to really show his Burrow mindset this game. I think, honestly, I'm a little worried about the passing game though with Higgins and Jamar Chase, because I feel like Higgins he's underperforming a little bit, but
they've had to stifle the offense a little bit because Joey couldn't move as much as he needed to, so they had to stop doing as much shit as they would normally do.
And I'm kind of out on Mixon for the rest of his time with them. I think he's starting to wash a little, but
why? You don't need to run. When you have a prolific, their passing offense is actually pretty good. So they don't need to run as much.
Has to be able to run, but
man, they got to have a run game.
You have to have a run game that fits your offense. Not everybody needs
people are afraid of Jamar Chase. I feel like Higgins is. I don't know. I don't know who he's going to pass to more this game because I feel like it could go.
He got some sneakers. He's got some
have all
these
weapons
talking about some shoes
at receiver, then why are they sitting 3-3 at the bottom of the division?
Because he was injured at the beginning of the season.
Well, you're saying that they don't really need a running back like that, the run game, because the pass game's so good. You say they got a good defense. Why are they sitting bottom of the division when they were supposed to win the division? Injuries in training camp, injuries coming into the season, playing with injuries, and then people getting injured during games and not being able to come back till certain points. And just team shit. And I'd rather my team go through it now than go through it at the end of the season. That's just my opinion. So I feel
they were worried about Burrow after that whole.
Are they going to get out of the? Are they getting out of the cellar? What's that AFC North going to look like at the end of the year?
The Browns, them, and not the Steelers are going to be in last place in my opinion. So who's left over? I forget the
Bengals, Ravens.
Yeah. Oh shit, the Ravens. Fuck, I forgot about them. No, they will not.
The division's loaded.
Yeah, the Ravens will be number one in that division, then the Browns, and then the other two teams. So it'll be between the Ravens and the Browns for number one. And I think offense now overtakes defense. It used to be defense wins championships, but now it's offense wins championships.
Still works. It still works. It just doesn't do it early on in the season. It does it late in the year, playoff runs.
We'll see. I forgot about the Ravens.
Yeah,
you told me that, I automatically changed my pick.
The defense is not going to carry all the way to the playoffs, but it would carry you to the Super Bowl when January hits and it gets cold.
If they're all healthy in there, you're absolutely right. Legion of Boom can definitely attest to that 100%. So, I mean, yeah, with that, now that I know all four teams, the Ravens will be number one, the Browns will be number two, and then the Steelers will be in last place. So then that leaves fucking the Bengals in third place, I guess. So, damn. I guess this will be the year the Browns overtake the Bengals. Won't that be some shit?
I mean, they dominated them for the past 3 years.
But finally overtaking them and taking that playoff lead.
Yeah, by the record.
You'll get drunk for that, won't you? You'll drink a bottle of wine on that, right?
I already did.
What it is gonna be? It's gonna be a big chase game. I've decided it's gonna be a big chase game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 28-14, man. Joe about to show it because he back good now. He already said it. He been walking with his little pimp limp and all that now. So yeah, he good.
Pimp juice.
Right. I feel like he plays. I
didn't even realize the kind of target share that. I mean, I knew Chase's target share was going to be sick, but I didn't realize what it was already right now.
Yeah, it's wild already.
He
was slow in the beginning.
Right there.
Slow coming off. I think they played Cleveland and they played I want to say Baltimore or something like that early on, but. Yeah, ever since then, he's been eating.
Pop it up. Next game we got here should be a pretty easy one. We got the Chiefs flying all the way to Denver. East Coast to West Coast, Midwest to West. However you want to say it is the best. Well, let's just say this right now. Patty Mayonnaise is about to go in there and show who the real light-skinned quarterback of the NFL is. The dark-skinned quarterback of the NFL is Lamar Jackson. The light-skinned quarterback of the NFL is Patrick Mahomes. So he's going to go out there and slap his ass in the face, Russell Wilson, and send his ass back home. And everyone be jealous that even though Russell Wilson loses, that nigga wins for going home to Sierra. So...
Man, yeah, if Patty Mayonnaise, if we're doing the whole Doug thing, then Travis Kelce is Roger Klotz for sure.
Hilarious. They need to do that shit. That should be their Halloween costume. They got it.
I think that I mean I would any other time I'd probably pick Denver here because they're playing a mile high, but no fucking chance I'm doing it here. That fucking team is bad. Yeah, man, that's Travis Kelce, 2 touchdowns, 10 receptions, 110 yards. You can count on that.
Deep diving predictions right there.
Right. Chiefs. Let's go 31. Let's go 31-10.
That Chiefs defense ain't that good to hold somebody to 10 points, but okay.
Wilson ain't good, period. He might hold himself.
Fuck that. I ain't going over 17. Sierra bet on me. She bet against me. And she get whatever she want, damn it. I'm losing. Hilarious. Yeah, I think it'll be somewhere around 28-17. I think Russ can put up points. That offense can put up points. They just can't do it at the right time. Like, I don't know if somebody's having like Alzheimer's or some shit like that and that fucking coaching staff at the beginning and at the end of the game, but it's either dementia or that, but it ain't looking too pretty out there, and somebody needs to get fired if they want to win another game this season, or somebody's getting a quarterback. Somebody's getting Caleb Williams next year. I can tell you that. They're going to be changing the role of light-skinned brother quarterback from Russell Wilson to Caleb Williams next year. And he'll be married to Sierra. Nope, I already said it. He'll be married to Ice Spice. That's what I said. Caleb Williams will marry Ice Spice and be the new Russell Wilson of the Broncos.
Some weird-ass fantasies you're having.
It's not a fantasy. I just see multiverses, that's all. This is my glasses. 4 eyes mean I see 4 universes. Okay? So I think we all picked the same on that one. That is going to be the Chiefs going in there and smacking.
You're over there just talking about your ice spice latte the whole time.
Yeah, I know. Nico's going to pick the same damn thing. Look, I did it. Now, see, I did. He didn't get mad. Damn it. Son of a bitch. All right, go.
No, I think they're going to Chiefs are winning, but I think they're going to score more. I think it's going to be like 41-17.
What? 41-17?
Mm-hmm.
I see it.
Man, I don't know.
Take that with your fucking ice spice latte.
I don't know who the fuck is going to score that much, but okay, sure.
Can you even name an ice spice song?
I think Kelsey could get 2, but I think Mahomes will run into.
The Ben Affleck commercial is the only thing that I can think of, and I didn't even watch that whole thing. Next one. It would be a good game if it was both of the black quarterbacks playing, but since it ain't, this is going to be... Well, I guess it is 2 black quarterbacks playing. I forgot Josh Dobbs is a brother. He just got what's that? Not vitiligo, but the hairless disease. Whatever that shit is, he's got it.
The shit that Jada Pinkett constantly talks about?
No, not alopecia. Like, his whole body has it. Charlie Villanueva has the same disease. I thought he was Charlie Villanueva for a very long time. But he is not Charlie Villanueva. He is Joshua Dobbs. And he is balling to a point for the shitty-ass Cardinals. But I can tell you one thing. Mr. Action Jackson, which is pretty racist because he was the only black spy ever to play in Disney Channel. But, yeah, Action Jackson is packing it this week, no homo. And he is going to tack it on a lot like he did this last game. I'm looking at it 34-14 or 35-14, 42-14, somewhere around there. It's going to be like that. Book it.
Yeah, man, Josh Dobbs is balling out for... he's keeping that team somewhat afloat, but I'm gonna start referencing him as Mr. Freeze. He's like the South American Mr. Freeze from Batman. That's what he looks like to me. So I'm gonna do Ravens on this one because the Ravens are just fucking rolling. I'm gonna go 23-13 Ravens.
23-13.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens also. I don't know. But give me Baltimore 20-10.
Damn, you only see him putting up 20 points even after last game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This one...
They had a great game last game, too. I mean,
right. He went 17 for 17. Who the fuck would have thought that was going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I remember when we was playing. Remember when Ron was playing with Louisville for his team on NCAA with Lamar Jackson, and they had the crazy helmets and shit like that? Yeah, we've been rolling with Lamar since then. He been the sneaker ever since then, for real. Next game is gonna. It ain't gonna be the worst game. But,
I don't know how this is a Sunday night football game, by the way.
Right, but I think that I think you can pretty much tell what I'm going to go with this one because I fucking hate Justin Herbert. But we're going with the Bears are going all the way to L.A. So, yeah, fuck you, Justin Herbert. You're about to lose against a backup fucking quarterback that played D2 football last year. So, go ahead, take that one in your pipe and smoke it. Well, I'll do that while these guys talk about it. You're about to lose bad, too, by the way. 24-21 Bears. I already said it.
Oh, man. Yeah, I like the Bears. I like Justin Fields.
Justin Fields ain't playing.
Oh, he's not? Yeah, definitely Chargers are winning this then.
What?
Yeah, no doubt. If they're going to L.A. too, you can fucking triple bet that shit and slap your mother over with cash when you win it. make it rain at the strip club. Chargers are winning this. No, yeah, they're not going to hold these receivers.
Yep, Chargers.
Yeah, let me get a score out real quick. Let's go. Let's go 20-14. Eagle.
What did you say? 2014.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chargers. I've been concerned about Eckler past couple weeks, but I think he's going to break out this week. So let's give it 21-13.
We got another issue of the triangle fuckery in this damn organization of the Chargers, where the quarterback is delusional, the coach is delusional, and the fucking owner is delusional. Because all three of these niggas think Justin Herbert is a smart quarterback. You need to literally tell Justin Herbert how to throw the fucking ball to make sure that he completes moment plays and wide open plays. Like, at this point, I can't trust dude to make plays that he should be doing with his eyes closed. Like, he had to make sure he's got glasses and someone telling him where to throw at this point. So I don't see them correcting this anytime soon. I see them just falling flatter and flatter and flatter and getting closer to getting light-skinned brother number 2 to come step in at quarterback. And Caleb Williams and Ice Spice, they might be getting that treatment there too. So, yeah, or they might be getting Penix, one of the two. Yeah, because, I don't see Justin Herbert doing anything well this game either. So, yeah, fuck you, Justin Herbert. If you watch this, you probably do, bitch-ass nigga. Ain't watching nobody real talk shit about your weak ass.
Every fucking week he's got to give a whole damn speech about Justin Herbert. And we have to listen to it.
Heard it here first, last, and third. Next game. Pull it up. I guessed it right. It's up here this time. We got the Raiders heading to the Lions. And this is the last game, so make it the best game. The Raiders heading to the Lions.
Man, yeah, this is I like the Raiders and their weapons, but this is going to be the Lions' bounce back week after taking that ass kicking that they took against the Ravens. Give me the Lions 28-17.
Yeah, I'm going to actually agree with you on that and the score. I'm going to go 28-17 as well. I think Garoppolo is going to put up a fight with Devontae to a certain point, and then they're just going to show that their coach just can't keep up with certain coaches, and he can't keep up with any coach in the NFL, in my opinion, except for those archaic ones. But, yeah, I don't even know who the fuck their coach is. That's how bad he is. But just seeing the plays that they run, and even though you're winning games, your players are complaining, like, that automatically tell me you don't know what the hell you're doing at coach most of the time, usually. You're just getting lucky at this point. So, yeah, the Raiders, their luck is running short at this game because the Lions are pissed. They think that they should have done a lot better against the Ravens, and they thought that was going to be a statement game like, look, we're here competing with the best teams. And they went out there and got their ass smacked like a baby out the pussy. That is not good. And everyone on that team should be embarrassed for the team and themselves for letting that happen to them like that, for real. So, yeah, they're going to come out and really kick ass. And it'll look good, like I said. It'll be a 17-14 game. And then they just go 2 touchdowns, bang, bang, game over. So, yeah, I think that's how it's going to go. Fourth quarter, going to have 21-17. And then, last 5-6 minutes, bang, and yeah, they're just not going to recover from that. The Raiders are. Max Crosby's going to hit the bottle after this game for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
Well, everybody, that's it. I'm fucking with you. Go.
Fuck off, bitch. No, 28-14.
28-14. They're all pretty close. Lions?
Oh, yeah, definitely. 100%.
Damn, so it's clean across the board. We almost got all the same score, too, on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But Myers is going to continue his end zone work for the Raiders.
So are you telling me to start him this week?
Bait pick.
Do I start him over Jordan Addison?
No.
Who fucking got me a win?
Yeah. Like Kirk Cousins might not. Kirk Cousins isn't going to be Kirk Cousins from
Kirk
last
Cope.
week.
I like it. That's his new name.
Hey,
Kirk
he
Cope.
got all the chains. Kirk Cousins got about 3 chains. He got more chains than a usual white guy would.
This motherfucker, Jordan Addison, though, he got, I think he's second in touchdowns right now for receivers.
He had a breakout game, though, so that ain't going to last very long. He ain't going to do that shit every
having
game.
a good year.
He's been scoring. He's scored in every game except for 2 so far.
Yeah.
Only Tyreek Hill's ahead of him.
And that's with JJ in there.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
He's been putting in work.
Fucking
and Hawkinson.
Kirk Cousins getting all these damn quarterbacks. His ass better go do something this year. I know that. He better go do something.
He has weapons. I mean, even KJ Osborne's good.
It should be him and the Lions fighting for that spot because the Bears and the Packers, yeah.
Yeah, Lions are winning that though.
Yeah, they are.
You think so?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jared Goff got to show me more. I hope he shows me more during this game.
Man, Jared Goff gets a lot of hate, but Jared Goff is
I don't hate him. I think Jared Goff actually is better than Justin Herbert and Josh Allen, in my opinion. In my opinion, I think he's more solid and he's a better game manager, and it just takes a good coach to make sure you utilize that shit right. Because when Jared Goff started at quarterback for the last team he played for,
good night, ladies and gentlemen.
The nigga went to a Super Bowl. I'm just saying. So that's just the way that I'm seeing it. Is that he's won before, and he just needs the coach to believe in him and give him chances to put the ball in there, and then having a running game that is also what helped him a shit ton. And he has that this year. He definitely has a running game. So, again,
Josh Allen just turned in his untugged grave from what you just said.
Well, I'm sure because he fucking need to kill himself for throwing the balls he be throwing. Like, do you get paid too much fucking money to fucking do dumb shit like that? Like, man, what the fuck, dude? Like, it just be shit where, like, okay, if you see 3 defenders in front of between you and the receiver, as a quarterback, your best throw shouldn't be, I'm going to throw the ball as fast as possible by those receivers. It should be something like, oh, let me make more time and make the receiver. And if you don't have that, do the thing that is physically impossible for them to get it. Throw it higher than the fucking people trying to catch the ball.
You guys go ahead and continue this conversation. I'm going to get off because I am not going to listen to this guy try to reason why Jared Goff is a better quarterback than
He's
Josh Allen.
He's going to show it this week, I bet you. Like I said, you heard my fucking
this
predictions.
week of Punts and Blunts.
Wrap it up. Curtains and everything.
The goddamn plan did it, all right? They all did it. It was their fault. They tilted the banks. They teamed up with the Ooies and made the Chewbacca's. Anyway, for real. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting week of NFL right here. This is really going to set the tone and where the playoffs are going to start being laid and who the fuck is going to be getting that first round pick next year, because a lot of these teams need a win this week. I can tell you that. So if we have a lot of upsets, a lot of people might be keeping their job next week. But if not, if those picks go the way that we say they're going, I think we might have a record number of people being in that unemployment line in those different cities. But until next week, everybody, check that unemployment line. Check that missingmoney.com, because them coaches may owe you some shit at the end of this season from all the bets they going to have you lose. This is Punts and Blunts. Make sure you roll a fat one for this week. Smoke it with us on Sunday. We'll be watching the games. Press that subscribe button down there. Press that fan button over there. Make sure that you watch the next episode. I'm going to keep going. Drop this, drop that.